Welcome to St. Agnes Cathedral School in downtown Springfield. I'm Lindsay Paulsell and I'm the principal here, otherwise known as Miss Paulsell. We are so excited to start our school year for our new families. We are thrilled to have you in our school community, and for our returning families, I cannot wait to see all those little sweet faces. All right, today I'm going to go through some of our new procedures for this upcoming school year, and I hope that you will sit with your children and watch this together, and as always, you can contact me with questions. Thank you. This year we are asking before your student arrives to school that you do some protocol at home and checking for fever and then any of the symptoms. If you are having fever and or 2 or more of the COVID symptoms, we ask that you stay home. Our morning drop-off has changed just a little bit. From 7:30 to 7:45 you can drop off through these doors, and then we will have some holding areas. At 7:45 we're going to kind of split up a little bit. The far doors that go up the middle school stairwell will be 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, so you would drop off at that door. These doors will be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and if you are in kindergarten, our preschool, or our pre-K, you will drop off at the front doors between 7:45 and 8. Thank you. We've updated our outdoor space a little bit. We have added some of our tables to eat lunch outside. We are also developing an area for some outdoor classroom space so classes can come outside, as well as hot spots outside so they can use their devices, or teachers can do any type of presentations outside. And then of course we have our recess space, and recess is a very scheduled space. And so classes, 2 to 3 classes will be out here at a time, but they will be designated in a certain play area so they remain with their cohort. Here we are in the cafeteria, and as you can see, it looks a little different. It is currently being used as kind of a secondary church area. The altar will remain here throughout the school year, but there will be a small barrier around it when we're using it as a cafeteria. We have 10 tables socially distanced apart, as well as acrylic dividers that will be on our tables. Students will be able to eat down in the cafeteria twice a week. The other 3 days a week, they will either be in their classroom or outside. That is to keep our numbers low in here. As they go through the lunch line, we do have stickers for the floor to remind them to stay socially distanced, as well as having different barriers between the students and the workers that are preparing the food. But we want to have them down here and give them a little bit of social time, so we're excited for the procedures that we have put in place. All right, we have lots of hand sanitizing stations that look similar to this throughout the building, as well as extra masks if students forget or have a damaged mask or something's going on with that. As students come into the cafeteria or classrooms or from outside, they will be walking through. So my buddy Ben is going to come do it for me. They would come to the sanitizing station first, sanitize their hands very, very well, and then head on to their next destination. We also do have a schedule for hand washing. When every student enters their classroom first thing in the morning, they will go and wash their hands. They will also wash their hands in the restrooms or classrooms before lunch, as well as anytime they use the restroom. This year, due to the size of our kindergarten, we have created kind of 2 spaces for kindergarten. We have our normal kindergarten classroom that is going to kind of be our big learning space. And then we have this makeshift area that is their play station, exploration space. So we're going to be dividing them into 2 groups and kind of keeping them in smaller cohorts. So Ben, who used to be in our kindergarten but has graduated now to 1st grade, last year, if it was set up this way, he would spend part of his time exploring all of these things that are easily cleaned. And we will sanitize between cohorts coming down here as well. But we just wanted to kind of give you a glimpse of this new space that we created. All right, I wanted to show you what is formerly known as our music room. Mrs. Gray will actually be moving to classes or having classes outdoors this year. So this is being transformed into a storage area because we moved a lot of furniture out of the classrooms to make room for social distancing. And then this is going to be our sick bay. So basically we are going to have 2 sick bays where we can open windows and we can have lots of air coming in. There will be a plastic divider right here to divide the 2 areas as well, and then it's just a couple steps from our nurse's office so she can get in here if there are any needs. If you've been on Facebook, you got a sneak peek of our water bottle fountains. We did have this one last year, but we've also installed one at the end of the hallway and downstairs. We want every student to bring their own water bottle because this portion of it will be kind of marked off, so not for use. So all students will be drinking out of their own water bottle. Also, we have a pretty intricate transition schedule, so we don't have a lot of students in the hallway. Here in about a week, this will be transformed into the St. Agnes roadway, and we are going to learn all about road signs and making sure we're going the right way when we're transitioning between classes or moving to the cafeteria or whatever it might be. All right, we are in our 7th grade learning space, otherwise known as our cohort. So we are doing cohorts this year, which means students will remain with their grade level. We do not plan to have any mixing of cohorts except a small amount of it at the upper grades due to band and some other special coursework that they'll be doing. But for the majority of the day, they will be only with their cohort. Part of the things that we're doing in the classroom, as you can see, we've moved a lot of furniture out so we can move the desks apart, we can have social distancing. We have purchased buckets. These are what our middle school buckets look like. The younger grades are a little bit smaller. This is for supplies, so Clayton would have this bucket. He would have all his supplies in it. He would not share it with anyone, and then we would sanitize them occasionally just to make sure that we have that extra layer of protection. All right, some of our new sanitizing protocols. Here in the classrooms, the students are going to be part of the process. Here at St. Agnes, we like to involve them in everything so they feel a part of their community, especially that giving back piece. So they will be using different products such as wipes. We do have some rags that have different disinfectants on it, as well as a fogger that we can utilize. We will be cleaning classrooms regularly, especially as they move out of the classroom, maybe for a PE class or down to band or outside for lunch. We'll be doing some extra wiping down of learning spaces. And then we, of course, will have our regular cleaning crew come in every night and clean, as well as we plan on having some deep cleaning probably every 2 to 3 weeks, where we do one big deep cleaning over the weekend. All right, masking. It's a new thing in our new world, and students will be masked when they're inside the building, and that is at all age levels. We are also going to give them lots of opportunities to take their masks off and get a little bit of a break as we move outside, especially. This is a little bit bigger, but I wanted you to kind of see it. The material, we have ordered boxes. They're smaller, kind of supply size boxes for every student, and that's where they will put their mask when they take it off, and that way it can stay clean and not be contaminated by any of their surroundings, as well as wanting to continue our collaboration in the classroom. We know this is going to be a difficult year. We know that kids are social beings, so we do have many of these dividers in lots of different sizes and designs. This is one of our sample ones, so our kids can continue to work together, or they maybe can play a game of Battleship because they're not touching each other's side of games, but they can participate in something together, or they can work maybe in their new math books and talk through a problem together. But we are finding ways for them to be able to stay safe but still interact with each other. Okay, back in March we were given a big curveball and we were kind of thrown into distance learning. And though we're super impressed by our teachers and our students and what they accomplished in the spring season, we have been working on a little bit more of concrete plans and procedures on how to roll into distance learning if needed. We have many layers of distance learning. It may just be some learning because someone is in quarantine, a single student. It could be a small group. It could be a class. It could be a whole building. It could be a whole system. So we have many layers of how we're going to roll that out. But however it might be, we do have devices for the kids, and they will go home with them if we do roll into a distance learning situation. We plan to spend the first 2 weeks of school teaching the students how to use the device and how to get on their platforms for distance learning. In our upper grades, so 4th grade and up, it would be Google Classroom. K3 is going to be Seesaw. We are also doing a parent boot camp here the first couple weeks of school where you can come in and see what it looks like from the student view so you can be prepared to support them if they do go into a distance learning situation. So I want to talk a little bit about what Mass looks like this year. As a Catholic school, of course, Mass is very, very important to us. We are going to continue our class Masses on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, just as if they were in the schedule last year. And then on Thursdays, our odd leveled classes. So 1st grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade, 7th grade will go to all school Mass. And then on Friday, our even leveled classes. So 2nd grade, 4th grade, 6th grade, and 8th grade will go to all school Mass. Over at Mass, we will be wearing masks as well as social distancing in the pews as much as possible. All right, afternoon car line, pretty much the same as last year, except students will not be waiting on the breezeway. They will be waiting in their classrooms. So as you pull into the loading area, myself and another teacher or staff will be asking who you're picking up. We will walk you up to the classrooms, and as we get all loaded into the loading area, kids will be coming down. Once all the cars are in, we will load the kids that we have called down, and we will move to our next section of car line. Thank you. Okay, communication. The main way I communicate is through the mailbag. It will come out weekly to your email, typically on Friday afternoons. We also have our website where we load a lot of our policies and a lot of our large documents, like our return to school document for our wellness policies. And of course, we are going to continue to utilize Seesaw and Google Classroom for some of our communication with assignments. And then, as always, you can email myself, Mrs. Callahan, or any of the teachers. All right, one of our biggest changes this year that breaks my heart a little bit is that our building is going from being a very open, welcoming, come and see us anytime building to a little bit more of a closed building so we can maintain our social distancing and our numbers here and all of the safety protocol we have. So a team of volunteers have been selected by myself. They're considered my essential volunteers. They are people that will be in our building on a regular basis every single week, assisting us with the educational process. Visitors, we are not really allowing. If you do have a need to have to come into the building, we ask that you call ahead and let us know. If you're needing to pick up your student early for anything, you can call ahead and we can have them ready outside as well. And finally, we did send out our refrigerator dates. We are sure going to try to have as many events as we can in a safe manner, but most of them at this point will be virtual. So if you can, get logged into our Facebook page, or there will be a link on our homepage so you can watch a lot of those events going on here in the building as we celebrate students. I hope you get used to my face because it'll probably be mine a whole lot, but we are going to try to keep some of those things so our students do feel like it's a well-rounded year. This year's school theme is Shepherds Among Us, and as shepherds, we take care of our flocks. So this year we did lots of things to get ready for the school year, a lot of pandemic planning and procedures and protocol, because safety and having a good, strong Catholic education is one of our top priorities around here as students return to our building. So I hope you have a wonderful year.
As we prepare to return to schools this fall, let us approach the changes with a Christian Catholic attitude, knowing that the new protocols and practices in place will not only protect ourselves, but those around us. Thank you.